James Lane wanted things done right. He was an honest man. He had integrity. He had skills. He cared about the people that he serviced.
He was the type of person that threw everything, all his energy, into whatever project he was doing.
James never asked anything out of anybody that he didn't ask more of himself.
He worked really hard. He was a hard-working guy, but he also had that balanced with, he played hard too.
He loved life, and he loved to just live it to the fullest.
He was an adventurer. Whenever you went anywhere with him, it was going to be an adventure.
Very much an outdoorsman, loved to hunt and fish and be outside.
Until the day he died, was swimming every morning and always outside and always doing stuff and always in charge, and he just wasn't afraid of anything.
He grew up here in Wichita Falls, and he worked for Coca-Cola Company. Well, as soon as he was old enough, that's who his daddy worked for. They drove a truck throughout the country delivering Cokes, and then they went into the concession business. And when he got back out of the Navy, that's when he decided he liked refrigeration. He got a little bit of it in the Navy, and he wanted to know more, so he started a school then. On February the 6th of 1947, and we were at a dance at the country club. He had just gotten out of the Navy, and I was there with my brothers and sisters. They'd just gotten out of the Army. And he walked up and says, "May I hold you while you dance?" He had a great smile and beautiful blue eyes. So how could I turn that down? We dated for 3 years. And he said, "You know, I think it's time that we settle down." And he gave me a diamond ring, and then about 6 months later, we married.
He worked for an engineering company here in town after he got out of the Navy, and then he decided he wanted to go work on his own.
My dad started the business back in 1957 out of their garage.
With 3 children, a baby 6 months old, I was pretty scared. And I asked many questions. I asked him, "Do you think we can do this? Do you think we can do that? We have house payments, we have all." And he said, "Sure we can." So finally I said, "Okay, I'll help you anywhere I can."
It was just him and my grandmother, and just worked out of a single truck. And from there, they just built and built up and gained customers and gained loyalty, and they installed some of the first air conditioners in this city. And so they were on the forefront from the very beginning in Wichita Falls.
He was constantly pushing for change and improvement. He wanted the latest technology, always. You know, even when he was 80s, I want the latest and best technology that we can get in this business. He may not have understood it or anything, he didn't have a computer on his desk, but he knew the power of what it could do and the power of change.
He was the first dealer outside of this distributorship that was selling Carrier. And he was very loyal to the distributor, Paul Shire Engineering, and did a very, very good job of selling Carrier and grew up with Carrier.
For 57 years, we've never been another dealer of another other product. He stuck with Carrier, and we have too, through some of their good times and some of their bad times.
There were problems we've had with some compressors and stuff, and he wanted to know what was going on with this. So we cut that compressor apart, found out what the defect was, and then sent that back to the manufacturer. And then there was a kind of a change in how those compressors were made because of that. So he was always giving feedback and always trying to make things better.
It's been a love-love deal. Carrier is, in my thought processes, has treated James Lane very well, and in fact, James Lane has treated Carrier very well.
He grew this business from next to nothing to what it is today. He ran his business with integrity, and I think he was probably very honest in the running of his business. So I think the community respected that. I know a lot of the business folks respected that.
The biggest lesson I probably learned from my grandfather is do the right thing. And just it doesn't matter if it was for any recognition or for anything. You just do the right thing, and the truth will set you free.
When James Lane passed away, Wichita Falls lost a man that was very involved in the community.
He loved this community and he wanted to see the community succeed and to grow. He was very involved in the Boys and Girls Club for many, many years, and it gave him great joy to see that organization grow and change and thrive and do the good work they do.
He loved the kids, and he was very involved in Boy Scouts and the scouting groups, and he just thought, getting young kids something to do and a good lifestyle and good education, that'll really make them who they are.
And there were other nonprofits that he donated to that probably a lot of people don't know who they were to this day. Just a guy that was willing to be involved, but he wanted that involvement kind of behind the scenes.
He just gave, and he just did what he did because it was the right thing to do.
I still dream about him. When I'm having a really bad day or something's going wrong, he comes and talks to me.
I miss that generation of men that he came from. Those men of that day, after they came back from war, went out and they built businesses. And they were men who were not going to back down from anything. And I miss that spirit.
Hopefully I've got just a percentage of his drive. So I really want to make this the best company ever.